Breaking news in Raleigh. Firefighters battle a massive 5-alarm fire through the night. Team coverage live from the scene right now on WRAL News.
Rtdnac is heading up our coverage downtown. Let's get straight to her with what we know and what we're still working to learn. Renee?
Lena and Bill, I can tell you that I just spoke with a Raleigh fire captain who is with that ladder truck behind me, and he's telling me that it has been such a long, grueling night for these firefighters. He told me that at this moment there are 3 ladder trucks spraying water onto the burning building, that building being the apartment building under construction at West Jones Street and Harrington Street. Still, hours after the apartment building went up in flames at 10 o'clock last night, you can still see so much smoke rising here in downtown Raleigh this morning, and you can still smell all that smoke. The fire has been so intense that the division fire chief says there is no way his investigators could even get into the building, and so it will probably be until lunchtime before they can even start in on this investigation to figure out what started this massive fire that has had such huge implications. Still this morning, 8.5 hours after this fire started, we're talking about power outages, 250 customers, according to Duke Energy, without power. These stretches of downtown Raleigh roads all in the dark. The only light you're seeing is from our cameras and also from the fire and police trucks. Bill and Lena, there's no question that Goldsboro has been hit hard by the aftermath of Hurricane Matthew. To give you some perspective, we're about a mile away from the Neuse River, and all that water has come up here. The latest reading this morning was 29.7 feet, and that is way past the record level that was set from Hurricane Floyd back in 1999.
Get back! Back!
Breaking news of sniper shootings targeting police officers in Dallas, Texas. We are live with the latest developments in the investigation. What a week of sad, tragic, heartbreaking news it has been. First Louisiana, then Minnesota, and now Dallas. We thank you for joining us. I'm Rtdnac. The mayor of Dallas says a total of 12 officers and 2 civilians were shot during a peaceful protest in downtown Dallas. 3 people are in custody now, and Dallas authorities say 1 person suspected of firing on the officers is dead. This morning, the hashtags Blue Lives Matter, Pray for Dallas, and Black Lives Matter are trending. I want to share my conversations with 2 amazing cancer survivors. What keeps them strong, and the best ways family, friends, or coworkers can help. Navigating this journey takes a village. WRAL can help.
And so there's never a moment that I haven't thought about cancer.
Ever since July 27th, 2011, when Beth Teal heard the words, "You have breast cancer."
I had someone tell me, and it still hurts me to this day, when I told them I had breast cancer, "Oh, everybody gets breast cancer now, it's not a big deal." Well, it is a big deal. And it will always be a big deal when it's you.
For 45-year-old Thomas Good of Durham, the gym is his haven. Strong and fit, you can't tell he has multiple myeloma, a cancer of the plasma cells.
When people ask, "How are you doing?" they normally follow up with, "Do you need anything? Let me know if I can do anything for you." So as a patient, you have to be able to accept that. You have to be able to say, you know what, can you go to the grocery store for me and do this? That's tough on a patient.
I wish I could have told myself back then that you're going to have strength, you're going to figure this out. You have the best support team in the whole world, and everybody that you love is going to help you through this.
And so much of that support comes from family, friends, neighbors, or coworkers. I want to share with you a few of the countless acts of kindness. Thomas told me how his coworkers donated a number of PTO days so that he could take time off for treatment. Beth told me how her friends hired a cleaning service for her. Others raised money so that she could help pay off some medical bills. Kids from church created this message jar filled with positive sayings that Beth treasures and opens every day. Her neighbors from across the street made dinner for her and her family every Wednesday for 8 months as Beth was going through treatment. Don't wait for cancer survivors to ask for help. Think of ways that you can help lift the burden and lift their spirits, and just do it. The gesture would mean so much. Greetings from Rio. Good morning, everybody. Bom dia, as they say here in Brazil. We finally made it. Team Rio is here, and we are here at Olympic Park taking in the breathtaking view. This is the common area where the spectators will be, a big souvenir shop there in the background. More than 500,000 spectators will be here. 10,500 athletes from all over the world, and more than 50 of them with North Carolina connections. So Team Rio will be tracking all of that for you. As for the morning team, I miss you guys, but I look forward to being able to chat with you on the morning news. Take a look over here. We also have the Olympic rings. A lot of people coming out to Olympic Park and taking pictures in front of this. Rtdnac dominated in Rio. I mean, who could forget the way she obliterated the competition in that 800-meter freestyle, finishing nearly 12 seconds ahead of all the other swimmers. That was amazing. And I had the chance to talk with the sensational swimmer. I found her to be focused, poised, and reflective. And we talked about what's next for this very accomplished young woman.
I just work really hard. I try my best every day in practice, and when it comes to the meets, it all just falls into play.
At the Rio Olympics, the world witnessed the tremendous talent of Lori Hernandez. Her coach, Maggie Haney, spotted the potential when Lori was 5. Together, Haney and Hernandez turned their Olympic dreams into medal memories.
Every coach has their gymnast, and every gymnast has their coach. And that sounds so simple, but if you really think about it, I think that gymnasts are reflections of their coaches. And so, hey.
We caught up with the newly minted silver medalist here at Copacabana Beach right after her interview with the Today Show. Kathleen Baker told me that this was her first time being able to see other parts of Rio other than the athletes' village and the pool. Monday night, she was on the Olympic medal stand.
Especially my first one. I just really wanted to take in the moment and enjoy it.
Have you even taken the medal off?
I wanted to sleep in it last night. I called my mom and I was like, I might sleep in my medal. And I was like, but oh, it's so heavy that I didn't want it to like roll over and hit me or something in my sleep.
Trying to take the gold away from Kathleen Baker.
What do you remember about last night? What stands out the most?
Probably when I got to walk out and wave to the crowd and I got to hear all my teammates cheering for me and see all the U.S. flags up in the stands, representing what I think is the best country in the world, obviously.
And now you're on national TV.
Yes, I can't even believe it's real. Like doing the Today Show with like people I like see on the like news all the time. I can't even believe that's real.
Tell me about the bun.
Yeah, well, we thought we were gonna get our hair done today, so I showed up with wet hair here, and then they're like, oh wait, you need to go on TV now. So I'm like, well, the swimmer button's gonna go up.
We've entered northeast of Olympic Park to Ipanema. This is a modern, hip, trendy district of Rio, just blocks away from the beach. Locals tell us this is where all the beautiful people come, so we decided to check it out. Plenty of restaurants, shops, and a juice house on almost every corner. Brazilians love their blended fruit with ice. Sucos melancia. I order watermelon, which tastes refreshing until I spot what my neighbor's having. Tell me what this is.
This acai is fruit from, usually, especially from Amazonia, and it's just really good with the honey and granola.
It's really good.
It's really good, right? It's refreshing.
Very rich. It's refreshing, but thick. We have worked 22 days straight. We've covered a lot of ground, experienced some extraordinary moments, and we come away with so many memories. Our Olympic journey began all the way back on July 30th when Team Rio left RDU International. Only we didn't get to Rio right away. After a flight cancellation, we had a new itinerary that took us through Miami, Uruguay, and finally to the site of the Olympics. Rio is breathtaking. Mountains everywhere, beautiful beaches, few mosquitoes, and winter temperatures that feel like late spring in North Carolina. We were able to check a few things off our Rio bucket list. And then it was time to experience the Summer Games. We talked with people from North Carolina volunteering at the Games and introduced you to Olympians with ties to our state. I spoke with some of the biggest newsmakers, Ryan Lochte, pre-scandal, Katie Ledecky, Simone Manuel, Lori Hernandez, not to mention many more Team USA Olympic medalists who inspire us and make us proud to be Americans. I would not have survived this marathon assignment without photographer Ed Wilson and teammates Keith Baker, Brad Simmons, Deborah Morgan, and Jeff Gravely. What an amazing adventure. I will always be grateful to have shared it with you back in North Carolina.